Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about swing equation in stability analysis. So what is swing equation? So the definition of swing equation, it will gives the differential equation. The swing equation is the differential equation that relates the angular momentum m, comma, the accelerating power Pa and the rotor angle delta. So the equation relates these three quantities. Okay, this is known as swing equation. Okay, a differential equation that relates the angular momentum m, accelerating power Pa and rotor angle delta. Okay, the relation of this is called as swing equation. Okay, so now consider the diagram that is shown here. So generator and motor. So in generator, the mechanical power input that is given as an input to the shaft through the some prime movers, maybe engine or any water turbine or anything. So because of this mechanical torque that is produced, that is called as Tm. So along with that omega s, angular velocity, that is also produced, and because of this electrical torque is generated, that is Te. So due to this, the power that will be delivered to the grid through the electrical power, that is Pe. Okay, in first class I have explained this generator and motor concept. So we need to balance mechanical power and electrical power. Okay, so otherwise the rotor is going to be swinging between the supply and load, supply and demand. Both should be maintained exactly. So if any changing occur in between these two, it does not balance. So then what happens? Your weighing machine, if it is does if balance, then it okay. Otherwise, your weighing machine will be swinging. Okay, so continuously varying. So that is, if does not balance, so it will be swinging. Swinging means so continuously damping. Okay. So similarly in motor also, so in motor you are giving electrical power input, the reverse of this generator. Because of this, electrical torque is produced. Due to that, the rotor starts rotating with the angular velocity of omega s. So finally you will get the mechanical power. Okay, that is mechanical torque Tm. Due to that, mechanical power Tm is delivered. Okay, so here generator is conversion of mechanical power to electrical power. In motor, it is the conversion of electrical power to the mechanical power. Okay, so in this case, if both are balanced, in both the case, so no problem. Your supply and demand both will be exactly maintained. If does not balance, then there may be a swinging will be occurring. Okay, that is called as here swing equation. So in this figure, the torque and speed, in this figure, torque, speed and flow of mechanical load and electrical power in synchronous machine. So considering the synchronous machine, it is assumed that the windage and friction losses, iron losses of the torque is negligible. So that is windage loss and friction loss and iron loss. So these are considered as a constant losses. So these are negligible. So you need to neglect these things, and making the differential equation governing the rotor dynamics, that is given by so write down the differential equation governing the rotor dynamics can be written as J into d square theta m divided by dt square is equal to Tm minus T. It is in terms of Newton meter. So consider this is equation number 1. So J into d square theta m by dt square. In last class we have discussed the rotor dynamics, that is the equation Tm minus T. So in this case, the continuation of that one. So J is the rotor moment of inertia. Okay. So now in this equation, where theta m is equal to where theta m is equal to angle in radians. So m represents the mechanical radians and Tm represents turbine torque. It is the mechanical torque here, that is in Newton meter. So if you consider this is a negative for motoring machine, if machine is motor, we need to consider negative value for motor action, and T is equal to electrical torque, this is electromechanical torque, developed, that is also in Newton meter. So again negative value for motoring machine is the common. If it is minus Tm or minus T, that is represent for motor. If it is plus means that is for generator. Now multiplying the equation number 1 both sides by WSM, both sides of equation 1 by WSM. So then what happens? So J into WSM into d square theta m by dt square is equal to Pm minus P, because Tm into omega Sm is equal to Pm and d into omega Sm is equal to P. Okay, torque into omega, this will give the power. So we need to mention this term in terms of megawatt. So we'll multiply by 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, so this equation in terms of megawatt, this is equation number 2. So Pm and P here, Pm is mechanical power input, that is in terms of megawatt, and P is electrical power output in megawatt. So considering stator copper losses is assumed as negligible. In this particularly swing equation, we need to assume the losses are constant or negligible. Then rewriting the equation number 2, so can write it as J into, in terms of WSM, can write it as 2 by P square into Ws into 10 raised to minus 6 into d square theta m by dt square. Sorry, so this is theta e. So converting mechanical degrees or mechanical radian into electrical radians, theta e, that is equal to Pm minus P in terms of megawatt. So where theta e is equal to angle in radian, that is electrical radian. In previous derivation, we saw that Ws is equal to P by 2 into Wsm. Right? So next is, it is more convenient to measure the angular position of rotor with respect to synchronous rotating frame of reference, that is delta is given by delta theta e minus of omega st, is considered as equation number 4. So this is by means of this diagram. So there is a reference axis is there, rotor field and stator field is there. So this is theta e and this is called as delta. Theta e total is theta e minus of this omega s, okay, ws, theta e minus of ws or wst, this will use the delta. That is the delta. This is considered as equation 4. This is, there is a stator field is there and rotor field is there. Rotor angle in between the stator to rotor angle, that is called as delta. The total angle is theta, rotor angle with respect to the reference axis, that is called as theta, theta electrical, minus of omega wst, so that gives the delta value. So from equation 4, this is also called as delta, is also called as torque angle. So rotor angle we can call it as also torque angle. We can also call it as power angle. All are same. So now on the equation 4, d square theta e by dt square is equal to d square delta by dt square. Equation 3 can be written in terms of delta. Equation 3 can be written in terms of delta as, so that is called as m into d square delta by dt square is equal to em minus e. Because we know that what is the value of m, so that is cos j into 2 by p whole square into omega s into 10 raised to minus 6. So that is termed as m. That is equation number 3. This is equation number 3. Pm minus p. So we need to write this is in terms of this term is called as m into d square theta e divided by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe. This is equation number 3. So this equation number 3, so again we will write as it is. In the place of theta e, so we have written delta. Okay, and this small term is negligible, minus omega st. So delta is considered as theta e. So in replacing theta e, we are writing delta. Okay, so now so we have m is equal to g into h by pi into f. We got this equation from the previous derivation. So therefore, in the place of m, we will substitute gh by pi of gh by pi of and d square delta by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe in terms of megawatt. That is equation number 5. So these terms are in megawatt, that is the actual value. We need to convert into per unit, that is the base value, and per unit. So therefore, dividing throughout by g, dividing throughout by g, that is the MVA rating of the machine. G is the MVA rating of the machine. So therefore, this will become what is m, gh by pi into f. So this divided by g, this will give g get cancelled. So that will give m is equal to h into pi by f. That is in terms of per unit. So therefore, so dividing g, that will give h by pi of to d square delta by dt square is equal to Pm minus P in terms of per unit. This is in terms of megawatt. This is in terms of per unit. That is the rating as base. This is equation number 6. Or you can also call it as, this term is also called as m. Okay, m in terms of per unit. M in terms of per unit. So this is also called as h by pi into f. M in terms of per unit into d square delta by dt square into Pm minus Pe. So this is the swing equation in terms of per unit. Or m per unit is equal to h by pi into f. So therefore h by pi into f multiplied by, in the place of m I will write h by pi of into d square delta by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe. This is also equal to Pa. So Pm minus Pe is equal to Pa. Pa is the accelerating torque. Pm minus Pe, this is also equal to as Pa. Pa is called as accelerating power. It is in terms of per unit. So this equation number 6 and 7, that will give the swing equation. Equation number 6 and 7 are called as swing equation. It describes the rotor dynamics for synchronous motion. It describes the rotor dynamics for synchronous motion. So from this we can draw the swing curve. So observe this swing curve. There are two powers are there. One is mechanical power, that is given as input to the machine. So because of that, electrical power is generating, that is called as electrical power P is generating. So in between these two, so initially mechanical power is there. So due to that, electrical power is generated. So it reaches its maximum value. So then mechanical power is also increasing. Okay. So there is a disturbance occurs. So what happens? PM and PE. There is a variation between PM and PE. So both are be happening. If the electrical power increases, again mechanical power is going to be increases. So like that, both are increasing. So we will get two different points. So A is the stability equilibrium point and B is the unstable equilibrium point. If the curve, that is delta, initially it is called as delta naught at point A under the stability equilibrium point. So if this delta reaches the maximum value at delta is equal to 90 degree, if delta is crosses the 90 degree, we cannot achieve the stability. So above the B point. Okay, after the B point, so what happened? Both PM and PE will become 0. After the B point, we cannot achieve the stability, that is called as unstable region. So therefore we will reach PM and PE both equal to 0 at this point. Okay, that is called as unstable point. So this is called as the swing curve, power angle curve. So this is the swing curve, delta in degrees versus the time. Okay, so we increase the time 0.2 seconds, 0.4 seconds, that is in terms of seconds. So the angle delta is also increasing. So after the disturbance, it will be swinging between PM and PE. So the delta angle is going to be changed continuously, and finally it will reach the steady state. Okay, so if it is swinging like this, then it is called as a stable position. If it does not swinging, then if delta is more than 90 degree, so then curve will be going like this. This is called as unstable point. So this will not swing. The unstable curve. Okay, this will not swing. So if it is the swinging means definitely it will come to the steady state position if the delta angle is less than 90 degree. Okay, so this is what as a swing curve. So now machine swinging coherently. So next is machine swinging coherently. So consider the swing equation of two machines on the common system base. Common system base. So considering the swing equation, on common system base of two machines. So what happened? So considering the equation, what is the swing equation? H by pi of into d square delta 1 by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe, that is in terms of per unit. Okay, so first machine, we will consider two different machines. Okay, generator 1 and generator 2. Two machines are there, are connected to the grid. Okay, so for first machine, so we will consider h1 by pi of into d square delta 1 by dt square into mechanical power is Pm1 and electrical power is Pe1. This is for first system. So similarly, considering h2 by pi of into d square delta 2 by dt square is equal to Pm2 minus Pe2. So it is in terms of also per unit. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So in this case, since the machine rotors swing together, so adding equation 1 and 2, adding equation 1 and 2, we get, that is H equivalent, H1 and H2, you can call it as H equivalent divided by pi into F as it is, and this one we can write it as d square delta by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe, equation number 3. So because Pm is equal to Pm1 plus Pm2 and Pe is equal to Pe1 plus Pe2 and H equivalent can be written as H1 plus H2. Therefore, the two machines are swinging. The two machines are swinging coherently, are thus reduced to a single machine. So therefore, H equivalent is equal to H1 G1 by the G base. Similarly, H2 G2 by G base plus Hn Gn by G base. This is equation number 4. So this the above results are easily extendable to any number of machines swinging coherently. So suppose we are considering only two machines here, number 1 and 2. So n number of machines are connected to the grid. So all are swinging coherently. So we can extend this equation to H equivalent up to n term. Okay. So this is called as machine swinging coherently. So we will discuss some of the problems on this. Take one problem on this, on the swing equation. So consider one example. Example 1. A 2-pole 50 Hz, 2-pole 50 Hz, 11 kV turbo alternator has a rating of 100 megawatt and power factor of 0.85 lagging. The rotor has moment of inertia of 10,000 kg meter square. Calculate H and M. Note down this problem. Are you following, Arvind?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, take down this problem. It's a solution. The MVA rating of alternator, that is represented by G, right? So MVA rating of alternator, that is G, that is given as 100 megawatt by 0.85. This will give the MVA. So MVA is equal to megawatt by cos pi, right? So megawatt by cos pi, that is equal to MVA rating. So what is megawatt here? 100 megawatt. So cos pi power factor is 0.85. So this will give the value of G, that is the alternator. How much it is? 117.65 MVA, right? And we have kinetic energy is equal to, what is kinetic energy is equal to G into H is equal to half into J into omega square, or I or J, both are same. It is moment of inertia. That moment of inertia J is given. How much it is? What is the J value? 10,000 kg meter square. Right? So substitute the values here. G value, H value, J value and omega value. Okay, H is not given. We need to calculate that one. So calculate H and M. Right? So from this we need to calculate H. G value is there. Substitute 117.65 multiplied by H is equal to half into J value is 10,000 into omega. Omega is equal to 2 into pi into F, right? Omega is equal to 2 pi F. So F is given 50 hertz, 2 into 50 hertz into pi. So therefore this omega square is there. So 2 into 50, 100 pi. 100 pi square is there. Square divided by 10 raised to 6. Okay, or it is called as megajoule, or multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6. Whatever you can write. Minus 6 means, so write it in denominator 10 raised to 6 plus 6. Both are same. In terms of megajoule. So calculate H value. So calculate H value. What is that value? Hello? Kirti? What is the value of H? Sushmita? Arvind?
Sir, I think 0.083.
No. Take
No,
H
no, sir.
outside.
No, no, sir. I 1 by 12.
Ismaya?
Sir, 4.19.
4.19 or 41.9?
4.19, sir.
4.19. Megajoule per MVA. So now we need to calculate the value of M. So M is equal to GH by 180F. G value is 117.65 into 4.19 divided by 180 into frequency is 50 Hz. So calculate the value of M.
Point 0.0547.
What? Point?
0.0547.
0.0548. Unit is megajoule second. That is electrical degree. So this is the value of M and this is the value of H. This part. Simple problem is that. Take next problem. Two power stations A and B. Two power stations A and B are located close together. Station A has four identical generators, each rated 100 MVA, comma 9 megajoule per MVA. 9 megajoule per MVA. Full stop. Whereas station B has three sets, each rated 200 MVA, and 4 megajoule per MVA. 4 megajoule per MVA. So these are the ratings of the generator of station A and station B. Station A, there are 4 number of generators, and station B has 3 number of generator. So each 4 number of generator having 100 MVA, that is the power rating. In this station B, 3 generators having 200 MVA, that is the power rating, and 9 MJ per MVA. So this is the value of H. 4 MJ per MVA, this is the value of H. Calculate the inertia constant. Calculate the inertia constant of the equivalent machines of both stations are 150 MVA base. 150 MVA base. So base value is given. So because individual station have individual base rating, that is individual MVA rating 100 and 200. So we need to take for common base of 150 MVA base. So solution. Since the stations are located close together, both the stations are located nearer, so therefore generator of both stations can be regarded as a single equivalent large machine. So therefore inertia constant of single equivalent machine, that is given by H equivalent, that is equal to, so there are 4 number of generators multiplied by H1 into G1 by G base, plus in station B has 3 generators, 3 into H2 into G2 by G base. Okay, so G1 is equal to what here? So that is G1 is 100 MVA and G2 is 200 MVA and H1 is 9 megajoule per MVA. This is called as H1 and this is called as H2, 4 megajoule per MVA. So substitute the values here. 4 into H1 is equal to 9 and G1 is equal to 100. So what is the common base? G base, that is given as 150 MVA. So divided by 150. Plus 3 into H2 is 4 and this is 200 G2 by 150. So calculate this, how much it is H equivalent?
88.
80. No.
Double eights.
You get 40 MJ per MVA. Check it. 900 by 150 into 4 plus 4 to the 8, 800 by 150
40.
into 3. 40 megajoule per MVA, correct?
Yes, sir.
All of you got the answer?
Yes, sir.
So we will close the today's session. So we have discussed about the swing equation and swing curve, and also machine swinging coherently, that is the number of generating stations connected together. Whenever the disturbance occurs, the whatever the machines connected to the same bus, that is going to swinging coherently, and we have solved some of the problems on that, on swing equation, that is the swinging coherently. Okay, so we will close today's session, and again we'll meet the next topic in the next class. Okay, thank you.